Tooth and Claw, Moonfire, and Live Blooms, Druid has been the most complete out of all of the classes throughout the years. Whether you want to tank, melee DPS, range DPS, or heal, the only way you can do all of them with one class is by choosing Druid. Unleash the savagery within and become the beast that you know to be. Or peace-loving tree and keep your friends alive. Or bring balance and hot wings to all your buddies. Druid, because when you don't know what you want, you can just have everything. Harbor the power of the cosmos in a loon and smash the moon on your foes. Yeah, just like that. If you don't like KFC, that's too bad, because you will be the fattest chicken alive that will shoot stars on the enemies. It doesn't make sense. What is this, Interstellar? It doesn't have to make sense, because all you have to do is wave your hands in the air like you just don't care, and the sky will rain, and stars and suns and fires, and oh my god, it never stops. Forget logic and sense and embrace the power of astrology. Your star sign is... you will rock Dragonflight with one of the coolest DPS specs in the game. Burn your enemies with Moonfire and Sunfire and see their HP ripe for the taking. Surge the power of the stars in their faces and blast them with starfalls. The fat chicken has come a long way over the years, and now it's looking to have all of the spices you ever loved. Maybe? Embrace the power of eclipse and channel the sun or the moon at your will. With the power of solstice, you will crash down explosive orbital breakers. Full moons will flatten your enemies to bits. And I'm sane, I'm seeing a therapist. Balanced Druid is a methodical range DPS that specializes in applying damage over time effects that increase your target's vulnerability to your spells. You'll have two main themes to your abilities, solar and lunar respectively. As you use these individually, you'll trigger their eclipses, which further empowers their effect. In multi-target scenarios, the powers of a loon will course through you, giving you massive damage with multiple uses of starfall. While on big bad bosses, Anshi will slowly burn them with rats and sunfires, while star surges will take them apart piece by piece. You will have weaving procs and effects that make your rotation seem like that one time when you went to the disco, and all the celestial bodies aligned. I know you liked Lion King, man. I know you liked Mufasa, and we all had our hearts broken for the first time that one moment when... I'm sorry. But times change, and now you shall be the new Mufasa. Rake and shred and rip your enemies to pieces with Feral Druid. Embrace the shape of the king of the jungle and let all your enemies hear your roar. I said roar! Dragonflight is seeing a revival of Feral and a comeback of Bleeds as a playstyle, because Feral is a momentum style melee DPS where you start building combo points and use them on strong finishing moves like Primal Wrath, and the damage keeps building up as you swipe more and more. With the power of unclipped toenails, you will bathe in the blood of your enemies. Almost literally, cause all your damage is bleeds. Hey! But claws aren't your only weapon. Taste for blood is strong in the King of the Jungle, and when your enemies start to bleed, deal the finishing blow, ferociously bite them down. Maybe not like that, but enough to feel like your claws and teeth are your main weapons, and with the savagery of the jungle, you'll rank up in the meters to the top, becoming the ultimate apex predator. Play Feral, shapeshift into your cat form, and ascend to the ultimate incarnation of Ashamain. Prowl, stalk, and hunt down your targets from the shadows of the forests. And when your carnivorous instinct surges, pounce with Feral Frenzy, rip and tear your enemies left and right and watch them bleed to death. I may have a problem. Being a ferocious beast is not just about stalking, hunting, and pouncing. The Guardian Druid is a big bad bear, a tank of an animal. Literally. Tired of tactics and nonsense? Tired of trying to think your way through a fight? Be a big, fat, tough bear. Become a literal force of nature. with massive HP pools and likely the most amounts of armor out of all of the classes in the game. The bear is big, the bear is strong, the bear will rend and tear the flesh of your enemies with mighty force. Why bother with petty tactics like prowling and stalking when there's nothing in the game that can stop the onslaught of a berserk bear, the Guardian of Ursoc? Guardian Druid is a slow-paced tank that relies on simple mechanics to get the job done. You will spend most of your time generating rage by mangling and thrashing your enemies and slapping them with the power of a loon, since those pesky chickens don't get to monopolize arcane damage. Your rage will be spent on Iron First to thicken your armor and actually be one of the only specs in the game that can reach the armor cap. Heal your own wounds through frenzied regeneration, and when all else fails, toughen your skin as bark, or dive into your survival instincts, reducing all of the damage you take. No blocks, no parries, no dodges, just take less damage. It's simple, and the best way to make sure you never die. With the upcoming Dragonflight expansion, bears seem to be struggling a little bit, but the might of the Earth Sign Adept is unkillable. The indomitable force of the Guardian of Elune can never be taken down. Bear, because when you don't want to care, you don't have to. With all of this destruction and savagery, somebody has to put things back in their place. Restoration Druids represent the true power of nature. No matter the damage, no matter the mayhem, the wilds will grow back. Life always blooms and tranquility will be restored. If you ever were marveled at the sheer Neanderthal-like idiocy of your teammates blindly charging into the fire, then the calling of the Tree of Life is exactly what is needed to bring balance into the group. Let's face it, nerds will enter combat with complete disregard for their own safety and swiftly blame you for their own downfall. But you have foreseen this, and no matter the sheer stupidity, the rampant growth of nature will overwhelm their ill-advised combat strategies, bursting their HP bars to full despite their continuous efforts at depleting them. Restoration Druid is a proactive momentum-building healer that specializes in preparing for stupid to happen by applying their multitudes of healing over time effects that build up to a crucial moment where they flourish into unchecked overgrowth. The power of a Resto Druid is only limited to the preparation you have in making sure that your mastery over harmony is being left to grow and nourish with Cenarian's guidance. As a Resto Druid, you have the freedom to shift into all of the other Druid forms and enact your will in combat depending on what is needed. With the Heart of the Wild, your shape-shifting is improved, letting you take up the mantle of a bear when your tank dies, be up and personal with your bites and rips as a cat when your DPS fail, and even maintain your strategic positioning while providing support fire with Moonkin spells. Dive deeper into the powers of the Archdruid and specialize in powerful Life Bloom spells that will boost your healing from seemingly out of nowhere. Guide the powers of nature on your group with unstoppable growth and see their health bars rapidly fill up HP point by HP point. There is nothing more satisfying than spreading rejuvenating heals over time, life blooms, wild growths, regrowths, and then popping a big-ass tranquility that will make it extremely frustrating for any dragon or demon to take down your party. The versatility you have will give you answers to any and all situations your group may find itself in, and if there was ever a cure for stupidity, it would probably be named Restoration Druid. And that is why you should main a Druid in Dragonflight. Get out of your homes and be one with nature. Bite and swipe until you get your loot, or pray to the moon goddess to send down her celestial body. Oh yeah. Or heal all the nerds that have forgotten they have defensives. Druid, when your party doesn't do shit, you get to do it all.
I've been loving it then, I still love it now. Still, I play WoW. Still, I play WoW. Getting better every day, let me show you how. Cause still, I play WoW. Still, I play WoW. It's getting harder to stay, but at the end of the day, it's a guilty pleasure, so just log in and play. Whether it's classical retail, I'ma do a /bow. Still, I play WoW.